Welcome to another edition of the Abrams Boxing Show. My name is Marc Abrams, and we have a gigantic show for you this week. Not one, but two big guests for you. We got the heavyweight Guido Vianello, who takes on Richard Torrez this Saturday night in Las Vegas, and also on the same card, Elvis Rodriguez takes on Lindolfo Delgado. Elvis Rodriguez will join us as well. But let's get to some of the results of the past week. William Zepeda retained the WBC interim lightweight championship with a thrilling 12-round majority decision over Tevin Farmer in a rematch. Terrific fight scores were 115, 113, 116, 112, 114, 114 for Zepeda. Third bout, the third card was even 114, 114. As I wrote on my story on theboxinghour.com, Zepeda won the fight. Farmer, I think, won the night. Farmer, who probably hurt his arm somewhere, I think maybe round 3, hurt his arm, hurt his elbow, did something. Looked like he was ready to go on 4 or 5 separate occasions. Was able to fight back and win a lot of the rounds in the second half of the fight on my card. I thought Zepeda eked it out, maybe 7 rounds to 5, with Farmer coming on strong. But William Zepeda, who's still clamoring for that shot at Shakur Stevenson, having a lot of trouble with Tevin Farmer. Obviously, fighting a southpaw to get ready for that fight did not fare as probably as well as he would like to have been. Farmer, former world champion, he'll be used again, to get another big opportunity. And he fought well enough to beat most lightweights on Saturday night. Also on the card, Oscar Collazo retained his WBA and WBO minimum weight championship with a 5th-round stoppage over Edwin Cano. Collazo now 12-0, 9 knockouts, one of the most underrated fighters in the business. Terrific fighter, just great ring generalship, and he just has everything going. Unfortunately, he's in the 105-pound division. So we're going to have to see him getting some big fights, as he probably going to have to move up in weight. But he looked terrific on Saturday night, stopping Cano, who's now 13-3-1. Switch over to Las Vegas in another rematch. Michaela Mayer won a more emphatic unanimous decision over Sandy Ryan. Actually, it was a majority decision. I thought she won the fight more easily than she did the first fight that they had. Scores were 97-93 twice for Mayer, 98-92. Yes, what was a unanimous decision? It was a rematch of the majority decision. My notes all a little messed up. But Mayer goes to 21-2, 5 knockouts. Ryan falls to 7-3-1. Was again a very action-packed fight on Saturday night at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. I think that's one of the first fight cards. I know they've had a cup, I think, there, but that's becoming a little bit of a hotbed for fight cards in Sin City, Las Vegas. In the co-feature bout, WBO welterweight champion Brian Norman dispatched of Derek Cuevas, stopped him in, I believe, 3 rounds, was it? He made the first defense of his WBO championship. He hurt Cuevas in round 2, then finished him off in round 3 with a knockdown, a big barrage of punches. Cuevas got to his feet, was in no condition to continue. Norman now 27-0, 21 knockouts. Cuevas now 27-2-1 with 19 knockouts. WBC minimum weight champion. Wow, we'll talk about 2 minimum weight fights. Melvin Jerusalem went to 24-3, 12 knockouts as he defended his title, but with by defeating Yadai Shigehaka, 9-2, 5 knockouts by unanimous decision. Scores were 119, 109, 118, 110, 116, 112. Also, IBF 108-pound champion, the week of the real smaller weights. Mr. Hachi Yabuki, 18-4, 17 knockouts. He won the IBF 112-pound championship as he moved up in weight by defeating Angel Ayala, dropped him 3 times and scored the knockout at 154, round 12. Ayala now loses for the first time at 18-1, 8 knockouts. This week, pretty good lineup of fights. We'll start off in Las Vegas, where Richard Torrez comes back, who risk is undefeated Marc when he takes on Guido Vianello in a heavyweight bout. Very intriguing heavyweight bout. Vianello's kind of righted himself after a couple bad performances and a loss. Torrez has stopped everyone except, I believe, one opponent. So Torrez is a guy on the rise. Vianello with a win. He puts himself right in the thick of things. I had a chance to talk to Guido Vianello this week, and this is how it went. Now joining me on the line is heavyweight Guido Vianello, who takes on Richard Torrez on April the 5th in Las Vegas, live on ESPN. Guido, how you doing?
I'm great. I feel happy, ready to fight. Everything is wonderful.
We're taping this about a week and a half before the fight. How's training been going as we get ready for this fight with Richard Torrez?
I'm nearly ready because all the time I make the hardest training camp of my life. So, but I did this before all my fights. So this time again, I make the best training camp ever. I spar with the two Olympics, Italian heavyweights, both southpaw, both fast hands. So I had the best sparring partners. Now I'm in Vegas doing the last week and ready to fight.
Torrez, you mentioned you're sparring with the Italian Olympians. He was a silver medalist when Torrez fought. What do you think of him as a fighter? I know I think you've been in much better competition with the Jagbar, Makhmudev, and some of the other guys you've been in the ring with. I know you haven't been in with them yet, but where does Torrez kind of stack up in your mind?
I really don't care about what the people are doing or what the people think. Richard is a young guy, so I know that the young guy has a power because I'm young too. So I have this power too. I really want to fight. I really want to win. I think about my way. I think about my mind, my legs, my punches, and I know that I have strong mind, strong punches, and strong legs right now. And I have to show to everybody who I am because I have to show who is Guido Vianello in the ring. And I will do for this fight.
Do you feel that you are a major step up the fighters that he's been fighting?
Yeah, of course. I make with Efe Jagba, with Makhmudov. I make two good fights that taught me a lot, especially Efe fight taught me a lot. So yeah, Richard is making a big step. Big step. It's 10 rounds against me. So I think that he made a big error to accept this fight, but it's okay. It's the life. The world need to see this fight because it will be a great fight. I'm really ready.
That being that he's undefeated, how much do you want to take his undefeated record?
I think that lost fight teach to you more than a lot of win. I have two lost fight, and yeah, I remember every day that fighting. So undefeated record, I don't care. All the fight is the new fight.
That actually was going to be my next question. Ever since you lost to Johnny Rice, I feel that you've really started to get to another level. Even the Ajagba fight, which you didn't get the decision in, the fight that you very well could have won the fight. It was a very close fight. And then you followed that up going into Makhmudev's hometown in Montreal, where he's been fighting, and you really put a beating on him. You feel that Johnny Rice fight kind of really lit a fire and helped get you to the next level?
Exactly. Every start from Johnny Rice fight, there I understood that I have not to wait. I was waiting. If you can finish the fight in one round, you have to do it. With Efe fight, I did a great start, but I didn't think. Just power, just go in. And I did a great end of the fight. So with Efe, I understood that I have to control in the middle of the fight. I have to use the jab in the middle of the fight. So yeah, like you said, right? Johnny Rice, Efe Jagba taught me a lot. Taught me what I need to do. For this, I feel in my way. I feel that there is just my way for this fight because I know a lot of things now.
Is it difficult going from a guy like Makhmudov, who's about 6'7"? Torrez is, one of the smaller, at least in terms of height, heavyweights. About, he's probably a little bit over 6 foot. How much of a difference does that make when you're training from fight to fight?
Yeah, it's a boxing life. We have to be smart. We need to work well. So the sparring partner for this fight were very different from the sparring partner from Makhmudov. So we have to take care about our business, our camp. So for this, nobody see before the skill that I will do for this fight, because we'll do totally different from the others.
Does
It
this
is
win,
beautiful.
does this win get you closer? I mean, where does it get you? Should you be victorious on April 5th? You feel you're right in the middle to get a world title shot?
After Mahmoudov fight, I was looking for a big name, because I really felt ready for a big name. But big name now are very busy. Big name, what big name right now? Like Usyk, Parker, and these boxers. So I was lost in time. So when Top Rank told me about Richard Torrez, main event in Las Vegas, I thought, yes, yes, I like it, because the people need to see me. So get this fight, yeah, make me in the top list, and I really ready to fight with anyone. So now I'm thinking just about Richard fight, but the day after Richard fight, I will be ready to fight anyone after 1 month.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you on April 5th? What do you want to tell the fans out there?
Hey, watch on me on April 5th, because nobody see what I will do in that fight. So this is the fight that the world needs to see, and just I will do it.
Guido Vianello, we wish you best of luck and we look forward to watching this fight on April 5th.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
There you have it. There you have it. Guido Vianello has this big main event on Saturday night as he takes on Richard Torrez Jr. in it's a very interesting fight. I'm going to favor Torrez in the fight. He's undefeated and he's looking better with every fight. Also on the card is a very intriguing 140-pound fight. Where again, the winner could be very much at the top for a world title shot between Lindolfo Delgado and Elvis Rodriguez. Talked to Elvis again last week, and this is how it sounded. Now join me on the line is junior welterweight Elvis Rodriguez, who takes on Lindolfo Delgado on April 5th in Las Vegas. Elvis, how you doing today?
¿Cómo estás hoy, Elvis?
Bueno, no, nos sentimos bien, nos sentimos bastante bien, gracias a Dios, el día de hoy. Y como dije, listo desde ahora ya para el combate.
We feel good. We feel very good, thank God, today. And we're ready for the fight.
Talk about this pivotal fight with the undefeated Lindolfo Delgado. This is a fight that almost seems maybe not called an eliminator in name, but it seems like the winner of this fight will get a major opportunity. Is this the way you're looking at it?
¿Lo ves como una pelea importante, una gran oportunidad? Porque quizás no en nombre es una eliminatoria, pero sin duda el siguiente será a un paso más cerca a un campeonato mundial o una oportunidad al campeonato mundial.
Exactamente, sí, sí, no, yo he estado bastante motivado, tú sabes, bastante contento, bastante motivado, porque sé que esta es una pelea que me puede abrir muchas puertas, ¿entiendes? Y ya al nivel que estoy, creo que este tipo de peleas son lo que me van a hacer ir subiendo de nivel, y vamos a aprovechar esa oportunidad al máximo.
Yes, I'm very motivated. I'm happy I'm motivated because this fight will open many doors. The level of fighter that I am, the type of fight, this is going to improve me in terms of my levels. And so I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity to the maximum.
Talk about Delgado. What's he bring to the table?
Habla a Lindolfo Delgado, qué es lo que él va a traer en el ring el 5 de abril.
Bueno, ¿qué yo pienso que va a traer Lindolfo?
Sí, ¿qué va a traer a la mesa, por así decirlo?
Bueno, yo he visto muchas de su pelea, y sé que es un boxeador bien inteligente, que le gusta mucho, es un contragolpeador, ¿tú me entiendes? Y sé que hay que tener mucho cuidado con eso, pero también sé que es un boxeador que tiene debilidades, y pienso que yo la puedo aprovechar al máximo y que mi estilo se va a imponer esta noche.
Well, I've seen a lot of his fights. I know he's an intelligent boxer. He's a counterpuncher. You have to be careful with that. But he also has his weaknesses, and I'm going to take advantage of that. And I think that my style will impose itself.
You guys are both well-rounded fighters, but both you guys are very good punchers. Do you see this thing being a little bit of a toe-to-toe war?
Son boxeadores los dos, muy completos, sin embargo, tienen pegada, ¿verdad? Ambos. Entonces, ¿crees que se va a convertir en una guerra de toma y daca en el centro del cuadrilátero?
Bueno, Eh, puede ser que por rato yo me lleve de la emoción y eso, pero ese no es mi plan. Ese no es mi plan. Sé que yo tengo, boxísticamente tengo muchas cualidades, soy un boxeador zurdo, incómodo, y pienso que debo aprovechar eso. Tengo también la pegada, igual que él, y creo que llevando la cosa bien, el knockout puede llegar en cualquier momento.
Well, for bits, I could get excited, right? And start exchanging, but that's not my plan. I'm a boxer who has a lot of abilities. I'm southpaw. I know how to make things uncomfortable. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. I do have power just like him. And I think that if I do things well, the knockout can come at any point in the fight.
Uh, on that same point, earlier in your career, you were scoring a lot of knockouts. Ever since you lost to Sims, you've been showing different sides. You've been going distances and showing off some boxing skills along with the power. Is that the way you feel about how the last 5, 6 fights have been going?
Cuando empezaste tu carrera, terminaste muchos combates por la vía del knockout, pero después de la pelea con Sims o la derrota, has mostrado otros elementos, ¿verdad? De tus cualidades, has llegado a la distancia, boxeas a la distancia. Entonces, ¿sientes lo mismo acerca de tus últimas peleas que estamos viendo otro aspecto o elemento de Elvis?
Sí, sí, no, exactamente, porque tú sabes que cada pelea es una experiencia, tú me entiendes, cada pelea es una experiencia y a través del tiempo uno va adquiriendo más experiencia en cada pelea, ¿tú me entiendes? Y yo siempre he dicho que esa pelea con Cince, eso fue lo único que él me llevó esa noche, experiencia, porque él era un boxeador mucho más experimentado que yo, ¿sabes? Esa era mi pelea número 11 y creo que eso fue un factor bien importante esa noche, la experiencia y que yo le estaba adquiriendo a través de las últimas peleas que he hecho, mis últimas 6 peleas.
Yes, and here too, which each fight is an experience, and through time, one acquires more experience, you know. And so I think when I look back at that Sims fight, the one thing I took was experience. He had more experience than me. It was my 11th fight, and so that was an important factor. But that experience, you know, is what I have acquired more experience through those last 6 fights as well.
I know you're in with a tough guy on April the 5th, but I mean, do you look to see about the champions who could be in your future, and who do you think the guys to beat are at 140 pounds?
Es un rival duro, pero obviamente vamos a estar pensando en los campeones. ¿Cuáles de ellos te gustaría enfrentar? ¿Cuáles son los peleadores que tienes que derrotar para tener esa oportunidad?
Bueno, como decimos allá en mi país, República Dominicana, para tú ser campeón, tienes que ganarle a los campeones. Y mi objetivo es enfrentarme a los campeones en 140 libras, dígase Teofimo López, Gary Russell, el mismo Richardson Hitchens, que son lo que tienen los títulos en las 140 libras. Y ese es mi objetivo, ser campeón mundial en 140 libras.
Well, like we say in my country, the Dominican Republic, to be a champ, you have to beat the champ. And so my goal is to fight the champions at 140, Teofimo Lopez, Gary Russell, Richardson Hitchens. Those are the people who have the belts. And so my goal is to become a world champion at 140 pounds.
What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you in this terrific fight, which will be part of the Vianello Torrez fight, big heavyweight fight? But I think a lot of people are looking forward to your fight just as much. What do you want to say to the fans in closing?
Para cerrar, ¿qué te gustaría decirle a los aficionados acerca de este combate?
No, no, como siempre, que estén pendientes del combate, que yo he tomado esta pelea con mucha, tú sabes, con mucha seriedad, me he preparado al máximo, el 110%, y estoy 100% seguro que voy a darle un buen espectáculo esa noche a a la fanaticada mexicana, que creo que son uno de los mejores fanáticos que tiene el boxeo. Sé que se van a disfrutar esta pelea esta noche, que no se van a llevar de sesión. Le compró su ticket ahí, va a disfrutar esa pelea al máximo.
Like always, stay tuned for the fight. I take this fight very seriously. I prepared to the max at 110%, and so I'm 110% sure that I'm going to deliver a great show for the fans who are from Mexico, who I feel are one of the best fans in boxing. They will enjoy a good night of boxing, and if you bought a ticket, you're going to enjoy to the max that night.
Well, we look forward to watching this fight. Best of luck, and maybe you'll be playing the guitar on April 5th.
Yes, sir. Elvis is in the building.
Thank you. Elvis Rodriguez, taking on Lindolfo Delgado this Saturday night is part of the Torrez Vianello card in Las Vegas. Get a lot of boxing. We mentioned that fight card. We're going to have on ESPN Plus during the afternoon. Janabek Alam Hanalal take on Anul Nigam Esegua for the IBF WBO Middleweight Championship. I know I just butchered that name pretty bad. Saturday afternoon on DAZN, Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions starts their deal with the DAZN for their worldwide distribution. Joe Joyce takes on late replacement, and good late replacement, Philip Hrgovic in a heavyweight fight. I like Hrgovic in that fight, by the way. Saturday in Philadelphia, I'll be in attendance. See a good Pro Box card on Pro Box TV. In the main event, Ricardo Salas, who's 22-2, takes on Kent Cruz, 17-1-3. Also, Mike-Juan Williams, 22-0-2, taking on Antonio Moran, the veteran, who's 37 losses, 1 draw. Also, Gio Lopez, 17-0, take on the former world champion Rene Alvarado. Haven Brady, Dante Benjamin, and the pro debut of Elijah Lugo highlight some of the preliminary fights. Also, late Saturday night in Australia, Tim Zhu takes on Joey Spencer. That's a fight. If Zhu, is the guy he was 2-3 fights back, he should take care of Spencer, but who knows what those last couple fights, the Fundora fight took out of Zhu, and then the fight with Malakuziev took out of him as well. Some news of the week, the IBF received a letter or sent a letter to the representatives of Patty Donovan. It looks like they will be a rematch for the IBF #1 elimination fight with Lewis Crocker. There's a fight that happened on March the 1st where Donovan seemed to knock out Crocker. The punch came after the bell. Donovan was subsequently disqualified, but the IBF is going to make them do it all over again. Former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder back in action, 43-4-1, 42 big knockouts, takes on a relatively unknown Terrell Herndon, who's probably best known for getting knocked out by Richard Torrez. That fight will take place in Wichita, Kansas on June the 27th. WBO number 10 middleweight Vito Mielnicki, 21-1, takes on Camille Gradzalik, 1904 knockouts. That will also take place. June 21st at the Prudential Center and be live on ESPN Plus in Newark, New Jersey. MVP prospects announced a show for May the 9th, and the main event will be WBA Continental USA Heavyweight Championship fight between Olympian Denier Perot, 10-0, 8 knockouts, taking on Cesar Navarro. He's got a record of 13-2 with 11 knockouts. Also, a pair of middleweight stars will co-headline, super middleweight stars will co-headline a May 31st event at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, live on Prime Video. Caleb Plant will be back to take on Armando Resendez. Plant 23-2, 14 knockouts. Resendez 15-2 and 11 knockouts. And then the return of Jamal Charlo, 33-0, 22 knockouts, takes on Thomas Cornflake Lamont at 39-5-1, 18 knockouts. Again, May 31st, the Michelob Ultra Arena inside the Mandalay Bay. We'll get Lamont on before the fight. 2020 Olympian Rohan Polanco will be added to the May 4th fight that will feature Naoya Inoue and Cardenas. Polanco is going to take a step up and take on Fabian Maidana, 24-3, 18 knockouts, the younger brother of Marcos Maidana. Also on the card, Emiliano Fernando Vargas will be on the card as well. I want to thank Guido Vianello and Elvis Rodriguez for joining us this week on the boxing show, the Abrams Boxing Show, brought to you by theboxinghour.com and 15rounds.com. So for my aforementioned guests, we'll be back next week. We're going to be doing this every week now. Wherever outlet you're watching it on, we're streaming all over the place. I'd like to everyone enjoy the fights this weekend. Again, theboxinghour.com and 15rounds.com. Have a great week and enjoy the fights.